Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to be checking out the XJN handheld cell phone gimbal. Now this is kind of interesting. This is like a gimbal where you can, if you wanted better stabilized video instead of your hand kind of shaking when you're using your cell phone, say you have a project where you needed some more stable video, you wanted to do more like videography, shooting, making a movie, and you wanted to give it that really professional gimbal stabilized access look, this may be an option for you. So this is a XJN gimbal. It's the model JJ1, and let's see what this is all about. Don't forget, I will have the links on this guy down in the description so you can check this out. This is supposed to actually be a really good priced one, so you may want to go ahead and check that link, check the specs, see what the specs are all about, and see the current pricing on it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box. Really all it is it just kind of slides, the cover just kind of slides up. It's got like a really thick cardboard to it, so definitely nice packaging as far as the strength of the box. The whole box is very sturdy. Anyway, here's the manuals. Let's see, we have, there's our English part of the manual. So we'll be overlooking that in just a second. It's like a little warranty card certificate here. Anyway, this is what you get in the box. So you've got the gimbal itself, you've got this little mini USB, not micro USB, and the other side is a standard USB. And then this looks like it's going to be the lithium ion or lithium polymer charger. And okay, that's what that cable's for. So you just plug that in and you can charge it off of a USB wall adapter. And so let's see what this thing's all about. So pulling it out of this plastic shipping case here, nothing else in the box, just a very hard and durable box though. You could probably reuse that for something if you needed some kind of sturdy box. Anyway, we got the black version here, and kind of neat, we got some controls here, and it looks like the batteries will slip in right here in the back. So I'm just going to open this up and take a look here. So we've got, let's see if we can pull these out real quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So 3 batteries. I imagine these are lithium ion, 850 milliamp, 3.7 volts. And we have 3 of them here. And the cool thing about this one is it's supposed to be able to link via Bluetooth onto your phone, and you're supposed to be able to control some of the functions right here. Say start and stop recording on your phone camera from here, and possibly some other options. So let's go ahead and go through that setup real quick. So you can see here it's basically, this is like a 2-axis gimbal. So we have an axis in this direction, and then we have an axis in this direction. So it's going to stabilize these 2 directions. It's not going to stabilize this one. So as we turn it, we're still going to get that no stabilization in this axis. So it's not a 3-axis, it's a 2-axis. But looks nice, has these gold accents around it. Also have a plug-in. This looks like a micro USB plug-in. I don't think we'll be using that. That's probably just for programming the firmware or something. So as far as powering this thing up goes, just slide your batteries in like this and plug in the micro USB, of course, or the mini USB actually, and we're going to go ahead and plug this into a cell phone wall adapter. So let me go ahead and charge these up so we get some charge in them, and I'll show you how this thing functions. Alright, so I got the batteries charged up, and so let's go ahead and power this thing up with a cell phone in there and see how it does. So just going to go ahead and clamp this cell phone in here, push it all the way up to the right hand side here, and what you want to do is you want to make sure you can kind of level your cell phone without turning it on. So it's got this bracket on the back. Flip this over, we can see that we have this kind of bracket here, and with this little thumb screw. So you just basically loosen this thumb screw and then slide it kind of in and out, just so it kind of balances your phone without turning it on. So my phone is pretty much balanced here. It's not going to really balance it this way, but as long as it's kind of balanced this way, it should be fine. Okay, so let's flip this thing around, and basically what we're pushing to power this on is the power button here. So we're just going ahead and pressing power. We're going to see the front light up. And it's going to kind of find its level. I don't know if you saw that, but it said Bluetooth device connected. All you have to do is power this thing on and go ahead and go into your Bluetooth settings and search for this device and pair it. And then you kind of have a connection to Bluetooth settings. And let's go ahead and go through that real quick. Let me just put something in the scene that's a little bit more visible than the white background here. And let's see what the controls are. So we have this up and down here, these arrows. So this can kind of give you a tilt, which you prefer while you're shooting. And this is mode 1. You can see that it's dampening the forward and backward movement. It's keeping the phone's vertical position the same as I move the gimbal like this. And then it doesn't completely keep this position stable. It's kind of just like a dampening where it will turn, but it's dampening that a little bit. So that's mode 1. You can go to mode 2 as well. And what mode 2 does is it gives you that same forward and backward dampening, keeping the phone vertical. But what it also does is it enables you to completely turn the handle like this. And it should keep that phone in that same horizontal position, just like that. So you can see that. So pretty cool. I could see using this if you wanted to do some shooting with your phone, much more stable shooting. Because nowadays the phones that we have really good cameras in them. So, if you didn't really need to get a GoPro or something or a really expensive camera, you could just go ahead and use your phone like this one. There's a camera button there. Just go ahead and tilt this down a little bit. Looks like that's the max it can tilt. And then I'm just going to take this picture by pressing the blue button here with my thumb. And it just basically, since it's linked in through Bluetooth wirelessly, it's taking the picture. So it looks like you do have to still start and stop your video. Cool, so that's how the gimbal looks, up close and performs in this environment here, and those are all the functions. Let's go ahead and try to take it outside and see if we can get some video. I'll go ahead and put some video up there on the screen so you can take a look for yourself and see how this thing performs.